So I'm over here at my dad's house and for Thanksgiving, and the power went out. And I just want to say I really love the holistic approach that he and my stepmom have to dealing with this type of situation, and just to integrating alternate sources of heat and energy into our life in general. Right now, they had a fire going all day, and this is a supplement to their heat during the winter. And in fact, just with a simple fan that is connected right now to this more emergency source of energy, which this is something my dad built with a friend of his who brought most of the knowledge and experience to how to build this. It's just a generator. It's a battery panel on a hand cart, really pretty slick, easy to use and move around, and it can charge with solar panels, or it can be plugged into the grid when the grid is running to keep it charged up. But this single wood stove, just with a little fan going that barely takes any energy at all, this will heat their whole house, downstairs and upstairs. It's actually very toasty down here, but it heats the entire house, and it's a modest, moderate-sized house, but it's not tiny by any means. I think that wood and heating with wood, and even cooking with wood, is a super underrated alternate energy source. And when you use wood, it really really connects you to the process, because you have to actually cut the wood. My dad likes to say that when you heat with wood, it warms you twice. I think that's a common saying. It's not something he made up. It warms you once when you chop it up. It warms you again when you heat with it. And you're really connected to the process. It makes you more aware of it's a cool feeling. I like it. We used to have a wood stove when I was growing up, and it was something we installed when I was around middle school or high school. I would wake up during the night and go feed the wood stove in the winter, and you just feel like you're a part of it. You have some ownership in it, and I like that. What I also like is how this is only plugged into two things, or I should say two things are plugged into it. Actually three now, because I plugged my phone charger into it to charge up my phone. But other than that, all they have plugged into this is the fan on the wood stove to keep the house heated, and they have the fridge plugged into it to keep food from spoiling. And that's it. And then this is no longer going, but that was going. So for light, we just have candles going. And I like that mindset where it's not like, oh, the power went out, let's turn on this huge generator and immediately start powering our house in the exact same way that it was powered before the power went out, but using an alternate source of energy. I like this mindset of, we're just going to keep the absolute essentials going. We don't need all the light switches to work. We don't need every single electronic accessory in the house to work the way it was before. We don't need to watch TV. It kind of gives us really neat chance to not be totally without power, not have food go bad for no reason, not be freezing in your home, but at the same time to kind of appreciate and experience this a little bit slower pace for a moment in time until the power comes back on, to be reminded that you don't need everything all the time. And it feels nice heading into bedtime to be talking around the candlelight for a little while. You know, not watching TV, not having bright screens on, not having bright overhead lights on, but to kind of have this muted, calm candlelight experience. And you realize you can still see everything. You can see the people you're talking to, you can see what's around you. It's not super bright, but it's pleasant, and that's something we don't get very often. It's something that we kind of only experience in these types of moments, and it's really nice to not just plug in a noisy generator and instantly be back to exactly the way it normally is. I think these are good moments to experience something that's different, and it helps you appreciate what we do have as far as access to power 100% of the time, but also helps you appreciate that maybe you don't need that all the time. And maybe it'd even be a good thing to turn the lights off and light a few candles an hour before bedtime every day. And that's for you to draw your own conclusion on. I just wanted to kind of show you how cool this setup is, how adequate it is without going over the top, without being super elaborate or, you know, or demanding a really high energy usage. It's providing all of the essentials. It's really neat, and I think it's a really cool blend of this high-tech stuff here with a really effective and underrated old school, age-old source of energy that is still a very valid means of providing energy for your home. So anyways, thanks for watching this, and I'll catch you later on this channel.